What's going on, guys? Silas Haig here. Welcome to this video. And today I want to share with you why proofreading is important, who needs it and who actually pays well for it, and also the types of jobs and clients you can get in the proofreading world. So when I first found out that you could get paid and get paid well for proofreading, I wasn't so sure, because I was thinking, do people actually value this as a skill, and do people actually pay for this? So I know where you stand, because that was exactly how I was thinking. But for the past roughly year and a half, I've been proofreading from home, earning a comfortable income, working part-time. And when I say part-time, I mean very part-time. Like, I work on my proofreading business roughly 10 to 15 hours a week. And it's hard to say exactly how much I make an hour. It can vary depending on so many different factors, like your experience, your speed, the type of clients you're working with, your rates. There's so many different things that come into it. But I do want to share with you some of my results so that you can see that this is what I do, and this is the kind of income that I get. So my rates are roughly per hour. I get anywhere between $25 to $80 per hour. Now, they are the extremes. Like, that $80 was incredible. It doesn't happen that often. And even the lower end, that doesn't happen as often either. It usually averages out around about $30 to $40 an hour. Now, in the link below, you can actually see my income. I've shared that with you guys, so you can see that this is legit. I've actually got some testimonials as well from some of my clients, so you can see that I actually do this as this is my business. So I want to share this with you, and also just the best way to do it, how to get started. And you can actually proofread even if you haven't had any prior experience, and even if you hadn't even had like a university degree. Like, you don't need an English degree or anything like that in order to get started with proofreading. So let me just explain that so much stuff out there, so much content needs to be proofread. Basically, whenever anything is printed, it needs someone to have a look over it first. So I've just written a note of some things that I've thought of that need proofreading, and I'll just list some of those out for you now. So that's web content, novels, blogs, landing pages, emails, ebooks, marketing materials, cookbooks, menus, instruction manuals, legal transcripts, educational workbooks and courses, magazines. You've probably thought of some others as well. There are so many different ones out there. And, as we're getting more and more digital each year, there's more and more content being pushed out into the world. But, you might say, and this was, again, something that I thought, that aren't there programs out there that are replacing proofreaders or doing, a better job? And there are some programs out there. Like, one of the main ones is Grammarly. And that's great. It is quite effective at picking up some types of errors. But I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, that technology is not advanced enough, and is never going to be advanced enough to replace a human, or at least for a long, long time. So this is because some mistakes slip through on Grammarly, even ones that just seem quite basic. So, for example, like words that are correctly spelled but aren't used in the right context. Things that are like where there's inconsistencies within the document. So say in one paragraph, it's this detail about a character, and then the next, it's a different detail about the character. Or even inconsistencies within within different documents. So like between documents and within documents, those inconsistencies. Industry specific words sometimes slip through, or sometimes they flag them. And like the meanings of words and the meanings of phrases. Basically, like, English has flexible grammar rules. It's not just like this rigid set thing that has just exact rules. While there are a lot of rules, it's oftentimes more of an art than a science. So that isn't something that's something that is really hard to train anyway in a machine. So don't get me wrong, they're very useful. And if someone's just writing for fun or just writing on the side, those programs might be enough. But if a person is writing and they're actually getting paid for that writing in some capacity, then it is important that they actually have a proofreader, because their writing is a direct reflection of their work, and their value and how much they're getting paid is a direct reflection of that. So if there are mistakes in their work, this, number one, can actually detract from their message. So if they're trying to get something out there into the world and there's mistakes all through it, no one's going to pay attention to what they're saying. And secondly, it can also just reduce the author's credibility and reputation. So, again, if there's mistakes through it, people aren't going to take you seriously. They're not going to respect you as a writer. And if someone's paid you to write for them, then you're not going to get another job with them again. So that's why it is a valuable skill out there in the world. And I don't mean editing. I'm just talking about proofreading. They are separate skills, interchangeable to some degree, but they are separate skills and different roles. And you kind of need both. And I'll go into more detail about that on another video. But I just want to talk about, so I've talked about some of the jobs, I talked about why proofreading is important, and now I just want to talk about why I love proofreading as a business model. So there's minimal startup costs, there's not really much you need to invest in to get started. It's a short-ish learning curve in comparison to a lot of other online business models out there. You just learn the skill and then you can apply it, and you don't need to put much money into it to get it up and running. There's a lot of work out there. As I talked about before, there is so much content getting published every single day. So there is definitely, the work is out there. Again, also you can actually start earning money and making a profit quite quickly. There's not that much time spent actually getting everything, learning everything, getting everything set up before you can actually start taking in clients and earning money. And it's a valuable skill that people pay well for, and it's not going away anytime soon. Finally, it's actually a great stepping stone. It's been a great stepping stone for me because I learned how to proofread and that's actually how I started making money online. And it just grew my confidence and gave me a great introduction into the whole world of making money online. And I've learned so much just from starting with that and gone on to create another business as well. So it is a great stepping stone, but it's also great as just getting some income into making a business that doesn't take that long and starts making you money. So if you are interested in proofreading and you want to know more, there's some free training in the link down below. And also you can, as I said before, you can have a look there. It's got some of my information on me as well. So I recommend to go check that out. And, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave some different ways to contact me in the description below. And with that, I'll see you in another video.